let's do level 1 listening, and here's what I mean. So I'm going to just grab some piece of my life that I'll think about in a second and start just yammering on about, and I want you to tell me what the impact is on you. So a level 1, in an attempt to clarify it, is like, here's what Michael's saying, and here's how it relates to me in my life. So as the coach, you get to have it be about you. This is part of coactivity, and it is often done very quickly, and I'll just give you an example. If a client is talking to me a certain way, I could say, wow, I'm dealing with the same exact thing. So what's that like for you, client? Where you're acknowledging that something's going on for you, or, yeah, that's really hard. Yeah, I have that same exact thing going on with my, father-in-law. Wow, so what's going on with you, client? So you're able to kind of say your piece, or however it relates to you, and yet you immediately come back over to the client and the client's life. And that's how often a powerful way to use level 1 stuff, like how it relates to you uniquely, or, wow, I feel that in my heart as you're talking, or, yeah, my heart's breaking for you, or that's really, wow, I'm excited for you. I'm feeling excitement over here. So back to you, client. What's it like to be that excited? So once again, those are level 1 kind of pieces. So I just want you to pay attention to what I'm saying and how it relates to you and your life and its impact on your world, or how it might be similar or not similar, or how it makes you feel. Mm-hmm. And after I speak, then I'll just ask you to kind of relate a little bit about that. Okay, so let me just think of something. Speaking of father-in-laws, I'm in LA, and I am with my son, and my wife's mother lives in Orange County, and she has my son, and she's taking care of him today, and they're going to go to the zoo. Brandy's father, who we don't talk to at all, is friends with her mom. They're not married anymore, and he lives in Orange County too. So I have a concern that she is going to take my son to see him or try to finagle something, and I have not put my foot down to say don't do that, and because I'm kind of torn in between two places, because her dad is I'm going to give you a very, very quick short story. My son was underweight. We found out he was underweight, so we took him to a Chinese doctor. Her dad found out, and her dad's a DA. He's like a big, basically he's a big bully. He's a Taurus born in the year of the ox. He just takes up a lot of room. He's a huge character, a very big presence. He's a hardcore Republican, and he's got a lot of good qualities too, which I could list. But anyway, he basically told us what we have to do, and I sent him a letter saying we don't. The bottom line is we have not developed enough trust for you to have a say in this matter, and until you show up on the radar with some true humility, we're going to limit you, especially if you can't limit yourself. So I knew right away in sending that he might call Child Protective Services, which is the government agency to come and they come in your house and really kind of check out how you're dealing with your kids. And I was willing to take that on, my wife and I both, just to kind of hold him at bay, because he just basically thinks everyone should listen to what he has to say about everything, and they better do it. So he sent a response saying, I want him taken there today, this very demanding letter. And I told him at the end of my letter, if you respond to my email, my letter to you in a way that feels reactive and inconsiderate, you're going to meet a wall of silence. So we haven't spoken to them in a year because his response was way over the top and very controlling, and so we just shut him down straight up. So back here, we're in LA. I'm in LA, and my son's in Orange County with my wife's mother, and there's a possibility she might try to take my son over to see him, and I'm kind of torn about how to be about it. So that was a bit of a long-winded thing. So what are you noticing about you as the listeners, your level 1 experience?
Well, I can see how you would be torn.
So tell me about you.
Yeah.
Say, I'm noticing for me, blah, 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 or here's what that makes me think about me or my world, or what's...
Yeah, I'm noticing just, something almost like in my solar plexus, a compromised position that you're in right now as far as, being torn.
How does hearing this make you feel? Gavin?
Well, it makes me feel bad for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, great. So Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's good. It's like, like, oh, wow, I really feel bad for you. Wow, that sounds terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, or I'm feeling bad for you. I'm noticing that's, or I'm stressed out for you, or like whatever. Yeah. Gavin?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm noticing is my own my own reaction to bullies.
To bullies? Is that what you said?
Yeah, bullies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm noticing my reaction to bullies and people who interfere in that way.
What is that reaction?
I think the reaction is, what it's partly what I'm feeling is feeling sort of anxious on your behalf, and I'm feeling like, that in your situation I would need to take a very strong and clear approach in the situation.
Yeah, great. So I want you to go ahead and create someone create a question. Just a wide open, broad, open-ended question. Actually, each of you come up with one question you could ask me in regard to this matter.
Yeah.
Just to move it forward.
I guess the question for me is just, how are you feeling about this right now?
Great. Mitra?
What's it like to feel like you may not have control in this situation?
Okay, so I'm going to take Gavin's question. How I'm feeling right now is, and I'm going to answer yours at the same time, Mitra. It's like I do have control. I could call her mom and say, you better make sure that you better not take Isaiah, and this is what I have not done. So there's some part of me that's holding back on doing it, of blocking him and her. So it's like I'm feeling like some part of me, and I'm not sure what it is just not wanting, like if she wants to take him to see him, like fine. Like, do I need to be that, harsh? I don't want to talk to him, and I don't, it's like they're not allowed in our house, but do I need to, like, make it so that our kids don't see him? I don't trust him at all. I mean, I could see him whispering into my son's ear, like, your dad's bad or something, although, that may be extreme. I don't even know if you would go there, but it's like I have mixed feelings. So how am I feeling right now? Oh, before I continue, I want you to pay attention to, I want to move to level 2. So I want you to, level 2 listening, so pick out the words that seem like they mean something to me, like they have gravity to me. I want you to take specific words from my language and see, 1 or 2 or 3, and you can write them down too if it's convenient to do it. And this will be level 2, just the hard focus over here. What you're noticing kind of stands out for me, or values that show up in my words.
Are these words that you're actually saying?
Yeah, words that I'm actually saying. Like, let's say I say, balance or something, and it's like, wow, that's a word that seems to mean something to him. So then you can turn that into a question, or you can just grab that word.